Do most of you feel that you have good self-esteem? Do you? Am I getting nods?
Yes.
And you think that's important to learn?
Yes.
Because self-esteem can do so much for you. It can allow you to control your own destiny, like Dino has done.
I think, and I have to say this, I think our schools sometimes play a part in not giving our youth self-esteem and self-pride. And the reason why I'm saying this is that I disagree with labeling our youth. I think that's the biggest crime, to label our kids. In my early days, I was doing some substitute teaching, and I went to a class, and half the class was black and half the class was white. On this particular day, I have to tell the story. On this particular day, it was for a spelling test. Now, when I teach school, I'm really high energy. You know, okay, it's time to bust a move. You know, it's time to bust a move. So when I said that, half the class stood up, and I said, "Where are you guys going?" I said, "Well, we don't supposed to be taking the test." I said, "Why?" Well, they say we're not ready for it. We don't have what it takes. I said, wait a minute, we all go bust a move on this test, right? Because they already been labeled. Now, they supposed to go to another class, so the teacher comes in, where's my students? I said, no, we all go take this test. So she went and told the principal. You know, I said, no, we all go take this test. So it's time for the test. And I said, okay, now we're going to bust a move. Now, the word is saw, S-E-W, right? And his hand reached out. I said, all right, come on up here, spell, is that right? He says, that ain't right, Mr. Comer. I said, what you mean that's not right? He says, that ain't right. Now, this is the same student that was told to go out because he was not ready to do what? Take test. I said, come on, man, if that's not right, spell it. And so he walks out. I said, wait a minute, when you come up to my boy, you moonwalk. So he's moonwalking, knock his desk over. You know, making it interesting, right? I said, oh, that's not right. You spell it. He says, saw is S-A-W. That kid had it in him. But our institutions tend to label us. And when they tend to label us, you tend to label yourself. If somebody makes you feel inferior, you're going to start becoming inferior. You got to feel good about yourself, no matter what other people say about you. And at the end of the day, I took every student past that test. Every one. But half of them wasn't even supposed to take the test. And that is sad. Don't let no one hold you back. And that's what I like to share. Don't blame anyone or anything for your failures. We tend to say, well, it's the white man's fault. They don't like me, or it's because I'm black. That's why, or oh, they had to give it to a black person for the quota, or she don't like me, or he don't like me, or they don't like me. Michael Jordan, homeboy was cut from the basketball team in high school. Am I right? That's right. Did he give up? No. Now he is recognized as one of the greatest players to play the game. And look at Larry Bird, just retired from the Celtics. Homeboy so slow he can't catch himself. But he's recognized as one of the greatest players to play the game. Sinbad, the comedian Sinbad, used to sleep in bus stations to make it. Did he give up? No. Whoopi Goldberg sold food stamps to catch the bus to go to auditions. Did she give up? No. Yes. And I'm not saying that's right. And look, that's not the point. It's not that that was right or wrong. The point is she believed in herself. If you have it in here, no matter what the obstacles are, whatever the adversities are, you can do it. So don't blame anyone for your failures or anything for your failures. Control your own destiny. Because nobody's going to believe in you unless you believe in yourself. And it starts with respect. Respecting yourself and respect other people. I'm not preaching to you, but this is something that's very dear to me. We all have it in us to do great things. If some of us happen to come from poor income areas, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with growing up poor. What's wrong is not taking the steps to get out of it. The vicious circle. Because my mother's on welfare, I'm going to be on welfare. Because he cursed, I'm going to curse. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. When I'm hanging with the boys, you know, like having fun, I throw my hat on and turn it to the side and have my baggy pants on. I'm chilling, having fun. But if I'm talking to someone, I can say, how do you do? Nice to meet you, sir. There's a time and there's a place for everything. I wear an earring. I have a diamond stud. But when it's time to take care of business, I take it out. And it's not selling myself out to somebody. It's taking care of business. Do you understand what I'm saying? And feel good about yourself.